For over a century, California has been the dream. A land kissed by sunshine, framed by mountains, and powered by imagination. It's where people came to start over, from the Dust Bowl refugees of the 1930s to the tech visionaries of the 2000s. The Golden State wasn't just a place on the map, it was a promise. But now, something is changing. That promise is being tested. More people are leaving California today than ever before in modern history. From Los Angeles to the Bay Area, the exodus is visible: U-Hauls on the highways, for sale signs lingering longer, conversations filled with uncertainty. Real estate developer Don Peebles put it bluntly in a Fox Business interview. California, and especially Southern California, is the most difficult place to do business in the United States. People are fleeing, they've given up, and they're going to other places. He's not alone in that sentiment. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, nearly 690,000 Californians left the state in 2023, and more than 817,000 the year before. Why are they leaving? And what does this mean for the future of the Golden State? This is Why Are They Leaving California? The numbers tell a sobering story. California, once the most magnetic state in the Union, is now seeing its population decline for the third consecutive year. Between 2020 and 2023, nearly 2.5 million residents moved out, while only 1.2 million moved in. Where are they going? According to census data, Texas welcomed nearly 94,000 Californians in 2023. Arizona drew over 54,000. Florida, more than 39,000. The top reasons? Cost of living, taxes, housing prices, and for some, politics. NBC Bay Area reports that Los Angeles, San Diego, and the Bay Area are among the top U.S. cities for outbound moves. California's outflow is not just a statistic, it's a signal. A signal that something in the California equation is breaking down. The California dream has always come with a price. But for many, that price has become unbearable. According to Redfin, the median home price in California is $859,700, nearly double the national median. A Bankrate study found that a household needs an annual income of $213,000 to afford a typical home. Let that sink in. $213,000 just to live an average Californian life. For renters, the story isn't better. The Public Policy Institute of California, PPIC, found that 1 in 6 middle-class renters now spends more than half their income on housing. High costs. Low availability. And for the middle class, the dream of owning a home is fading fast. Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, names that once defined opportunity now top lists of cities people are desperate to leave. The Pods Moving and Storage Study, NBC, 2025, ranked Los Angeles as number 1 nationwide for move-outs. The Bay Area came second. And the reasons are clear. Skyrocketing rents. Congested traffic. Wildfire threats. And a growing sense of urban fatigue. Even smaller metros like Stockton, Modesto, and Bakersfield made the top 20 list for outmigration. People aren't just leaving the big cities. They're leaving California's way of life. Every statistic hides a human story. From 2007 to 2023, California's homeless population grew from 123,000 to 181,000, a 47% increase, according to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Nearly half of America's unsheltered homeless now live in California. These are not just numbers. They're families, veterans, and workers priced out of the very economy they helped build. As PPIC researchers Hans Johnson and Eric McGee note, high housing costs have driven more Californians to move elsewhere. The net outflow has been highest among the lower and middle-income Californians who have been hit hardest by the cost crisis. The dream isn't dying, it's being displaced. California has long been the world's 5th largest economy, a global hub for innovation, entertainment, and technology. But the business climate is shifting. Real estate developer Don Peebles said his company tried to build a $1.6 billion project in downtown LA but got no support from the government. From high corporate taxes to complex regulations, many business owners say California has become too hard to love. In 2024, Tesla, Oracle, and Hewlett-Packard moved their headquarters out of state. Each departure chips away at the foundation of the state's economic might. California's taxes are among the highest in America and, for some, the breaking point. The top state income tax rate, 13.3%, the highest in the nation. Property taxes are capped, yet home valuations keep rising. Meanwhile, states like Texas and Florida offer zero income tax. For many entrepreneurs and retirees, the math is simple. Why stay and struggle when your dollar goes twice as far elsewhere? This isn't just about money. It's about freedom, financial and personal. California still has sunshine, beaches, and culture. But for many, those perks no longer outweigh the problems. Traffic congestion, wildfire smoke, power outages, and the rising cost of basics, gas, groceries, utilities all contribute to a growing frustration. A recent LAist community poll found that 40% of Californians are considering leaving the state, with over half citing cost of living as the main reason. Yet paradoxically, 71% still say they're happy living in California. As political analyst Dan Schnur explained, there's a contradictory push and pull here. People love California, but they're beginning to worry about whether they can afford to stay. Politics runs deep in California's veins, from the activism of the 60s to today's climate policies. But the divide is widening. Conservatives say overregulation and progressive taxes are driving them away. Liberals argue that the state's social safety nets and environmental protections are essential. This tension isn't just about ideology. It's about identity, who gets to define the future of California. And as more residents vote with their feet, that future becomes harder to predict. So where are Californians heading? The answer paints a new map of the American migration story. Texas, with its booming cities, low taxes, and growing tech sector, has become the #1 destination. Arizona and Nevada lure those seeking proximity to family and familiar climate without the California price tag. Florida attracts retirees chasing warmth and tax relief. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Wilmington, North Carolina, two East Coast gems, also top inbound lists. The migration isn't random. It's rational, a search for affordability, opportunity, and breathing room. But not everyone is leaving. For many, California is home, no matter the cost. It's the artist in Silver Lake, the tech worker in Mountain View, the farm family in Fresno. Over 60% of residents say they feel a sense of belonging here. Among Black residents, that number rises to 66%. They stay for the culture, the diversity, the creative energy that no other state can replicate. And despite everything, many believe California's best days aren't behind, just paused. The challenges are monumental, but not insurmountable. Experts at the Public Policy Institute of California argue the solution lies in building more housing and reforming outdated systems. Construction is finally catching up with population growth, especially in multi-unit developments. If the momentum continues, and if leaders act boldly, the California dream might yet be restored, reimagined for a new generation. But the question remains, will it be enough to stop the tide? Every era of California has been a story of transformation. From gold rush miners to Silicon Valley coders, this has always been a place of reinvention. Today, the state stands at a crossroads. Will it continue to be a beacon for dreamers? Or will it become a cautionary tale about what happens when paradise becomes too expensive to live in? Don Peebles warned of a growing exodus. But maybe, just maybe, this is also a call to rebuild smarter, fairer, and more inclusive. Because for all its flaws, California still represents something deeply human. The hope that tomorrow can be brighter than today. The Golden State isn't dying. It's waiting for its next dreamers to come home.